Imagine the sanctity of your home, your safe haven, violated, not by a stranger, but by the person you trusted more than anyone. What happens when the one you've promised forever to is caught in the very act of betrayal, turning a loving refuge into a scene of heartbreak and brutal tragedy? In this episode, we delve into the harrowing story of David and Alice Carter, a couple whose picture-perfect life masked a deadly secret, and where one moment of discovery ignited a tragedy that would leave a trail of shock and despair. This is a story where passion collides with betrayal, and where a broken heart finds its breaking point, and a life ends before morning. In the quiet suburbs of Portland, Oregon, David and Alice Carter were the couple everyone admired. David, a successful software engineer, was reserved and intelligent. Alice, a talented interior designer, possessed a warmth that complemented David's quiet strength. They met through mutual friends and quickly bonded over a shared love of simplicity and design. Their marriage was built on mutual respect, deep trust, and a profound belief in one another. They celebrated 8 years together with quiet anniversaries and thoughtful moments. Their home, filled with laughter, books, and warm light, stood as a symbol of their seemingly perfect union. But even the strongest-looking homes can hide the deepest cracks. The shifts were subtle at first. David began to work late more often, citing sudden deadlines and unexpected meetings. His phone, once carelessly left on the kitchen counter, was now password-protected and always face down. Alice noticed a strange perfume on his clothes, and a tension in his voice that hadn't been there before. He seemed distracted, preoccupied. He spent more time at the gym, paid closer attention to his wardrobe, and sometimes smiled to himself when he thought she wasn't watching. Her questions were met with irritation or vague responses. Alice felt herself slipping into paranoia, but deep down, her instincts screamed the truth. One night, the confirmation came. David said he would be working overnight at the office. Something about the way he said it, too casual, too rehearsed, sent chills down Alice's spine. She waited, and then, driven by a mix of fear and fury, she followed. Her heart pounded as she crept down the hallway of their own home. The guest room door, slightly ajar, emitted faint whispers and muffled laughter. She pushed it open, and time stopped. There he was, David, entangled with another woman in their home, the very place they had built together, the bed they had shared memories in. The betrayal struck like a lightning bolt. Her breath caught in her throat, and the key in her hand slipped to the floor with a metallic clang. The other woman gasped and fled. David sat up, caught in the act, his face drained of color. Shock gave way to rage. The fury Alice had buried under months of confusion and heartache erupted. Alice, screaming, "How could you? In our home. Our bed. After everything." David, defensive, stammering, "Alice, it's not what you think. It was a mistake." But the words were empty. What followed was an avalanche of excuses, half-truths, and cold dismissals. "David, I didn't plan for this to happen. Please, find a place in your heart to forgive me." "But it's over, Alice. Our marriage is done. I'm leaving for her." Her breath caught. Those words were more than betrayal, they were annihilation. The years, the memories, their bond, all dismissed like yesterday's news. Her hands trembled, her voice cracked, and her world caved in. "Alice, you're throwing me away? Our vows, our life, for someone you barely know." It wasn't premeditated. It wasn't planned. It was a spontaneous combustion of grief, rage, and utter despair. David turned to walk away. Alice blocked him, her voice breaking into sobs. Her hand, shaking, reached out blindly. She pulled out a pistol and wasted him. The room was a blur. A scream. A swing. A swirl. David's body crumpled, eyes wide in stunned silence. Blood everywhere. The house that once sang of love now echoed with horror. Alice dropped the gun. She collapsed, sobbing beside him, the weight of what she'd done beginning to set in. Hours later, in a sterile interrogation room, Alice recounted the nightmare. Detective Monroe, calm but firm, listened. Detective Monroe. "Alice, can you tell us what happened tonight?" Alice, barely audible. "He betrayed me. I gave him everything. He said he loved me. He promised forever. And he destroyed it all with her." She trembled as she spoke, her voice cracking under the weight of grief. She didn't deny what she did. She couldn't. Alice. He was going to leave me like none of it mattered. I just wanted him to feel the pain I felt. I didn't mean to. I snapped. The trial that followed gripped the city. Was Alice a murderer, or a heartbroken woman pushed too far? Her defense painted her as a loving wife betrayed, a woman devastated by her husband's infidelity. They spoke of emotional distress, temporary insanity, and years of devotion reduced to ashes in one shocking moment. But the prosecution held firm. They argued the facts. A man was dead, killed in cold blood. Whatever the circumstances, Alice had a choice. She chose violence. The courtroom was a war zone of emotion. Some wept for Alice. Others seethed. But one fact remained. Love, when corrupted, can become deadly. Alice's story asks a chilling question. Can betrayal push a person to commit the unthinkable? Was this a moment of madness, or murder in its rawest form? You decide. If you're captivated by stories of heartbreak, betrayal, and the human psyche under pressure, subscribe to Heartstrings and Handcuffs. Tap the bell so you never miss a tale where love turns fatal. Until next time, stay safe and trust carefully.